fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine?
Yo! Good morning, good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, Steph and Sack Trades? What's going on, man? What's going on, Thomas? Drunk Bear, Bobby, Arc Signal, Rico. Said sounds like a radio station song from GTA. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's actually a fact. That actually makes me want to play some GTA. I haven't played GTA in quite a long time, in a couple of years, actually. Yeah, that makes me want to play that. I can't wait for GTA 6. Actually, I haven't played a video game in a long time, but when GTA 6 comes out, I might get it. I'm not going to lie. All right, so let's jump on into the charts. Bitcoin doing some interesting stuff, right? Can it complete the W reversal pattern, or is it going to break down in the close today? Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Good morning. What's everyone drinking this morning, man? What's up, Drew? Good to see you, buddy. GT Nuts, Steve, NFT Boogie. I love it, man. Just don't put your boogers on me, man. All right. Let's jump on in. Let's get it. All right. We're going to jump right into the action today. All right. Let's freaking do it. What happened last night, right? Let's talk about what happened last night. So, last night, let's go on to the short-term time frames. We were watching, actually, like the 5-minute time frame. And what did we kind of say last night? Let's recap of what happened last night. JW said JW's already drinking vodka. JW, you better be in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., I think it's a little skeptical to drink vodka at 9 a.m. You know, it is Friday. It is Friday. You guys, you do what you want to do. You can obviously do what you want to do. 0-calorie energy drink. Yeah, I'm going with the black coffee today. I've been sticking to the black coffee, and I will say the more you drink the black coffee, the more you appreciate the black coffee. Okay? Now I appreciate it. Now I like that succulent honey in my mouth. All right? So let's smack up the like button, guys. We got 350 people in here, 86 likes. Let's get up to like 150 right freaking now. And let's get busy this morning. Let's recap what happened yesterday. So yesterday we were kind of oscillating sideways. All right? We sort of said we had to let our EMAs catch up, right? We got too overextended from our moving averages. We had to either come down a little bit or just kind of go sideways and let these moving averages catch up to us. And that's exactly what we did. Now, we were looking at the 20 EMA last night, but we had the 50. What were we talking about last night? You remember we were talking about that 50 EMA and the bounce off the 50 EMA. What did we do? Right? We did exactly what we kind of talked about yesterday. Right?
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Doesn't always work like that, but a nice pump off the 50 EMA. We hit it once, we hit it twice, and we pumped. Right? Just like we did down here that we talked about. Right? We kind of went sideways, dumped a little bit, but we ultimately came back down to the 50 EMA once, retraced a little bit, and then pumped again. So pretty much the same price action that we saw that happened earlier yesterday happened last night. So that was quite fun. That was quite fun. If you were watching this pump, let me know. I actually don't think I was looking at the charts at this time. But that's a big 5-minute candle, man. That was probably pretty exciting to watch that 5-minute candle right there. But unfortunately, I missed it. You know, I missed it. Let's see. Wait until he gets a French press. Just wait, man. Just wait. No, I'm actually getting a new coffee maker. Nothing special. I ordered it yesterday, but I'm getting a new coffee maker. And we're going to be making, no longer drinking Maxwell House, okay? Even though, hey, it's a bear market. You got to drink Maxwell House sometimes. We're going to be getting a coffee maker, making the little coffee like studs over here, and kind of going from there, all right? Chris said, who long resistance? Nice. All right, let's talk about what we're looking at now. So before the stream started, I was looking at this little ascending triangle in the short-term time frames, all right? Something along the lines of this, where we were coming up to our previous resistance, and we were finding resistance at that point again. We also had resistance on the 50 EMA, which was coming down right here. Now, what can we look at here? Let's go to our W formation real quick that we've been talking about, man. Here's the thing we need to see today, guys. And this is going to kind of dictate what we see, because look exactly where we wicked to today. All right? That's no bueno. No bueno based off what Bitcoin has done in the past. All right, that tells me that we have a little bit of
warning shots fired.
Okay, that's what that tells me. Wick right to the top of our bear flag and a pullback. Now, what we want to see today is we want to see a daily close above our W reversal highs. All right, this could have just been a breakout, break back above. You want to see that retest now. And I'm looking for a daily close. All right, a daily close above our W pattern. Because what's our setup that we look for here, guys? For any type of reversal, we want to see the W pattern on the bottom side of the, or on the top side of the pattern, right? So I want to see a daily close above 21,479. Right now, we're slightly below. So we got some work to do here, right? We need all the bulls, right? You guys know what we need to do. We need all the bulls to come in the chat right now and spam the swords, spam the shields, and quite frankly, spam every type of pickle that you can find. Every pickle emoji, spam it in the chat. That's what we need right now, right? If we want to complete our W, because we have the structure, it's just a matter of, do we want to come down and backtest it and hold it, right? And that's why the title of the stream today is, Can Crypto Complete the W, right? Because you got the first hit, second hit to the upside, you got the move above. Can you get the retrace now in the continuation? That's sort of what we're watching for now, all right? So I'm watching that like a hawk today, like an absolute hawk who sees like a dead rat on the side of the road and is like, holy shit, that looks scrumptious. That's what I'm looking at this right now today. So we're going to watch that. Should be kind of exciting day. We have a couple streams coming up today. We have this stream. We got the member stream coming up at 1 p.m. And then we got the stream tonight. Should be a fun Friday, man. Look at all the pickles. Look at all the swords and shields. I love it, man. I love it this morning. Let's pump. Boom. Not after that jobs report. Yeah, I actually have that up right here. So June jobs, right here. The U.S. added 372,000 jobs in June. The economy edges closer to pre-crisis. I forget what the last. I don't know what the last. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Pre-crisis employment. So we added 372 jobs. Yeah, nothing really changed, right? So, quite interesting. You guys can go read this yourself, but that was some news today. Like right when this dropped, Bitcoin kind of dropped too. So, let's see if that impact us even further. All right. Real quick, let's check out the Nasdaq futures, S&P futures. See what we're looking at there. Let's refresh this. Yeah, so Nasdaq's coming down hard now. So. It was like kind of flat before that news, and now after that news, that's a fluff headline. That's a fluff. Nasdaq futures down to now about 1.2%. In quick faction, it was down about 0.2% earlier. Now it's down 1.2% since I looked at it right before the stream. So that's dipping pretty hard. S&P's drop. I mean, everything's kind of dropping now. So let's hope that Bitcoin can hold up here. Here in the short term. We don't want to see the Bart Simpson pattern, okay? That's what we talked about yesterday. No Bart Simpson here. As usual in summer. Sure.
Yo, J-Man, did we touch the 200
more jobs equals more inflation? In theory, yes, because that means, technically that means the economy would be doing a little bit better. People have more access to money. So in theory, this pump yesterday was so staged. Well, here's the thing. All right, let's wait for confirmation. But like we said yesterday, man, if you get a wick to the top, I didn't expect us to move up this fast, quite honestly. I wasn't expecting that pump up that fast last night. But the fact that we did come up and we test the top of this channel, I mean, everything's kind of looking the same that it has in the past. All right, kind of like this pump that we had over here. You guys remember this pump? We talked about the same one. You broke out to the upside. You came right back to the top of the bear flag, and then you started to come back down after that. Okay, so far this is the same thing. Now we don't get your panties in a bunch just yet. Okay, let's, like I always like to say, wait for the daily close tonight to confirm if Bitcoin can get a little bit of a retrace. However, it can get a little bit of a retrace today and close above the W highs. Where this green box is right here. All right, we could still be in business, and we kind of weather the storm for the weekend. But right now, it's looking a little shady, man. What you basically did is the same thing we did up there, which was break out of this downtrend, pump to the top, and if it was the same way that it played out up here, you're kind of just going to mosey your way back down again. So let's wait for the close tonight. But tonight's close is going to be definitely interesting. Definitely interesting if you ask me. Let's see what we got there. There's much more spot buying this time. True. I mean, we're at a lower price. I mean, people would expect it to be better deals, I guess. We hit the 200 week moving averages resistance about to dump. We did. We're going to talk about all that, Chewy. All right, Chewy? I love you. Someone said the French press is like 20 to 30 bucks. All right, Bathwater said the French press is 20 to 30 bucks. It's definitely worth the investment. Hey, we might have to get the French press, man. I am a coffee. I love coffee, you know. A lot of people like to drink coffee for the sweetness or, for some other type of reason. I love the fresh taste of coffee. And I don't think a lot of people can say that. Like, who actually just loves the taste of coffee and not the things that you put in the coffee? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. That used to be me. I used to just love all the little flavors from Dunkin' Donuts. Love the sugar. Love the cream. Okay, in my little stomach here. Well, at the time it was pretty big. at the time my stomach was like Java. But that used to be me for sure. That used to be me. Let me know. Boil it down. Get the full flavor with a French press. You guys are making me want to get one of these today. I might have to go on Amazon and get one of these. All right, well, let's jump back to the charts. You guys like Jordan? Shut the hell up. So what do we got here? Let's go back to, let's stick to the 4 hour chart. So the 4 hour chart, isn't great either. I mean, at the moment, we got to wait for the 4 hour close now. It's coming up at 12 o'clock. So we got 3 hours until the 4 hour close. We got a long time to go for the 4 hour close, but we are breaking below this green box that I wanted to hold, right? And that was basically on the 4 hour time frame. Kind of the W highs that I wanted to hold, right? Where it was sort of the same process as the daily, right? Just on the shorter term time frames to give us a little bit more of a clue, right? We had the W, we had the break of the W. Now we're looking for that back test, and that back test I was looking for this green box to hold, right? Which was all our previous highs looking left. So far we've broken that to the downside. All right, we haven't done it on a close yet, so don't get your, like I keep saying, don't get your panties in a bunch just yet. But with the NASDAQ futures coming down and Bitcoin usually being correlated to that, okay, let's find out what Bitcoin does on the open. We got 3 hours, in my opinion, to close back above this green box. We close back above this green box in the next 3 hours. All right, awesome. It's just kind of what we talked about, the W, the back test continuation, right? So let's watch vigilantly the next couple hours. But if we close below that, you got some yellow vector candles here that you can come down and play with, right? You got yellow vector candle all the way back down in this range here, which then we can be looking at, maybe some type of different theory. Maybe this comes back down and tests the symmetrical triangle, right? So we know we had the symmetrical triangle down here. We had the downtrend, we had the uptrend. Maybe in that case, if it does come lower, we can be looking at a back test of our symmetrical triangle, retake of that vector candle looking left, retest of the 50 EMA, because we haven't tested the 50 EMA on the 4 hour since all the way back 2 days ago. So it's been a while since we tested that 50 EMA. Do we come back down if we close below here, get this yellow vector candle, get the 50 EMA, which is the orange moving average here, come back down, test the symmetrical triangle as well, and then try to come back up? Okay, that could be the scenario we're looking at if the W pattern does not work out. So let's watch this, because what do we know about tops? If Bitcoin's to dump here, if it doesn't want to do a classic Bart Simpson, which we know Bart Simpson loves to come out. Where's my guy Bart? Where's my guy Bart? If it doesn't want to do a classic Bart Simpson pattern, let me bring up Bart here real quick. Okay, because this could be the scenario where sometimes Bitcoin just likes to say F you and dump like this. Okay, but if it doesn't do that, what are we looking for if Bitcoin comes back down? Well, we're looking for some type of M formation. Okay, so if we get rid of Bart like kind of gets thrown out the window, like woo, woo, woo. All right, if we come back down here, let's take out Bart here. Take out Bart. If that doesn't play out, then we're looking for this. Looking for the retrace, move back up, You still got the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. We haven't tested that yet. Do you come back up, test it again, M formation, which brings you back down to the downside? That's what I'd be looking for a confirmed move to the downside there. So everything kind of plays together, you know. And this is what we gotta pay attention to the charts and look for these formations, because quite frankly, we know that's kind of how the market works. Okay, it doesn't like to just do, you know, V-shaped tops and V-shaped bottoms. Like right here, move to the upside, retraced, move to the upside again, and that's when it dumped. All right, could see the same thing over in this range. So let's watch. Let's see what happens on the closes today. We got to watch the 4-hour close, the daily close, and everything in between today. But a lot of interesting things on the charts. You guys know me. I prefer looking at price action rather than indicators. You know me. I think indicators will give you a, you know, I've seen a lot of questions like, Jordan, why don't you look at too many indicators now? To me, indicators are helpful. They're helpful to tell you general trend, and I like to use the RSI to let me know if we're oversold, overbought, and the stock RSI to see, you know, the general momentum that we're going to see next. Okay, but you guys know me. I prefer price action trumps indicators, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Everyone has different styles, and I'm not going to knock any type of style. That's just my style, you know. I'm extremely bullish on VeChain, Dogelon, Mars, and Mana. What's going on, Kennedy? Yeah, Kennedy knows. Kennedy knows. All right. So what do we want to see now? Well, let's go back to the short-term time frames and see what we can maybe expect going into this open, guys. We got about 800 people in here, 182 likes. Let's smack up that like button. Let's hit 400 likes now. Let's freaking do it. All right, let's. You know what? I'm feeling nice again. If we can hit 400 likes right freaking now, we have to hit it right now. Within the next 10 minutes, we have to hit 400 likes. If we have 400 likes, I'll do another giveaway. All right, 5 more memberships. We have to hit that right freaking now, though. Within the next 10 minutes. We're not moseying around here. All right, so smack up that like button. Brock Chain said, "Yo, J-Man, did we touch the 200-week moving average?" Let's go to the weekly. I was looking at it this morning. I think we just missed it. Yeah, at least on this chart, on the Bitstamp chart, we just missed it. So we wicked to like 22,368. Okay, 22,368. Okay, and the 200-week moving average is at 22,562. So we missed it by a little bit. So yeah, we didn't quite wick to it, but I think at some point here, I told you guys, like, we usually do the M formations. I won't be surprised if we come back up first to bring it back down. All right, so let's watch that, but that could be some serious resistance above us as the 200-week moving average. It's quick. I will say we kind of sliced through it like butter, right? We literally sliced through it. Boom, to the downside. I mean, I'll be honest. It didn't really act as any type of support. We all were expecting the 200-week moving average to act as some support, and it didn't. So, I mean, who's to say that it can't just pump and slice right through it again to the upside? You know? Let's see. If you're waiting on when bottom, put in buy order and also DCA now. Yeah, I agree, Kennedy. Everyone likes to wait to the absolute bottom. It is what it is. I think that's just human. That's just human. It's greed, right? I mean, we always kind of talked about this.
Rant alert.
Right? You could have greed to the upside and to the downside. You can have greed on not taking profits when the prices are moving up, and you can also have greed trying to continuously just time the bottom. Okay? So there's greed in both directions. Okay? And neither of them are good in my opinion. Because let's be honest, man. I mean, no one knows when the bottom is in. Even the smartest people in the freaking world don't know when the bottom is in. I bet even the market makers, actually, the market makers probably know when the bottom is going to be in. But quite frankly, none of us are market makers, right? So I agree. I mean, I think at some point you got to drop the greed. It depends on what your risk tolerance is. Right now, I mean, some people will say, I'm just going to wait till the Fed pivots and then I'm going to DCA. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to judge. I'm not here to judge anyone. But, yeah, I mean, at some point, you got to take a little risk. Because whenever you buy crypto, you're taking a little risk, you know? But, hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Let's see. Rant score, 2 out of 5. It's the morning rant, man. It's the morning rant. All right. So yeah, we know we have the FOMC meeting coming up on July 26th, 27th. Excuse me, man. I apologize, guys. Neil said horse guy nails the bottom. He'll let you know tonight how he feels. He'll definitely let you know tonight. People trying to time the bottom are as bad as people trying to time the topics. The tops? Quite possibly, Mike. No, but right here, guys, we got the man. Wayne, I know you're in here, man. I need. Can you post those daily moving average values for me in the chat again, if you have them? That would be freaking awesome. I actually really like your daily one. But you know, the pi cycle bottom indicator, which is another one that we look at. Wayne had an awesome one yesterday. I appreciate that, Wayne. That was cool to look at, man. Wayne's bottom indicator has already flashed. Okay, as in they've already crossed to there. So Wayne believes the bottom is in. The pi cycle bottom indicator is very, very close. These are going to cross, if not next week, probably the week after, depending on where Bitcoin goes on this current weekly candle. But this one's about to cross as well. This is timed the last two bottoms on the weekly chart. Wayne's crossed on the daily chart. This is getting a little juicy, man. It's getting me, I don't want to say it's getting me excited because nothing's changed as far as the economy goes. But I will say, guys, I mean, you better be locked and loaded. Because as soon, the only thing that's holding crypto back from a, I'm not saying we're going to go into a bull market, but at least some type of rally where, I mean, you see things go up pretty significantly, is the Fed pivoting. In my opinion, that's the only thing holding it back at this moment. As soon as that happens, I think it's going to be a release to the upside because I know the big players are accumulating down here. I mean, we always know that big players are accumulating, and quite frankly, you know, Bitcoin usually drops. I mean, how low does Bitcoin usually drop in bear markets? Now, I know it's not the same time frame, but Bitcoin dropped about 75% from the highs, right? It usually drops about 85%. You know, we know as time goes on, Bitcoin has less volatility because it takes more money to move the market in theory, right? Bitcoin already dropped 75%. Doesn't mean it can't drop lower, but man, I'm excited for what's to come. Within these, I think it's going to be sooner than you guys think. I can even think it's as soon as September, to be honest. But I'm excited for what's to come, man. Because I do think, though we may not see all-time highs, I think a nice little rally is due. And maybe a Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin only goes to 30, 35, 40K, something like that. But what does that mean for alts? And I think if you're holding even like ETH or, you know, even some of the high cap altcoins, you know, Solana, ADA, AVAX, I think you could see some pretty significant gains here in the next couple months with a few altcoins. So I'm excited for it, man. My bags are ready, packed and loaded. If we go lower, it is what it is. I'll just accumulate more, and that'll make me more money when the prices go up. So it's a win-win. I'm excited for what's to come. But anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic here. What can we see on the 15-minute chart here, though, guys? What can we see? What can we freaking see right here? The 137, the 137 EMA. True. But right here, man, what can we see? What we want to see here for Bitcoin is some type of up thrust. All right, it's not. It's a little shady at the moment, and quite frankly, we're just kind of oscillating sideways. But if we want to see any type of momentum back to the upside here, I mean, quite frankly, if we want to see Bitcoin hold the W pattern on the longer term time scales, I want to see this relative level hold. All right, even if it comes down to the 200 EMA on the 15-minute, I want to see that hold as well. But I want to see something like this. All right, where we kind of just came down in this wick right here. We kind of just came down and took this yellow vector candle looking left, right? So this was a nice retrace. Came back down, took some liquidity looking left, right? We had this blue vector candle, yellow vector candle. We came back down and took those on this drop here. If this, to me, if this continues down here and it breaks the 200, that's not looking good for today, and it's not looking good for the next couple days, in my opinion. But if there's any way Bitcoin can get some momentum to the upside here, That's our saving grace. That's our saving grace here. 1 hour RSI does have some room to run to the upside, right? 1 hour RSI, stock RSI is bottomed out. So that has some room to run. But kind of like we said, man, we haven't tested that 50 EMA in a while. And that's sitting at 21,063. So, you come back down and test that. And then you continue up, rise, retrace, continuation. It's what you want to see. It's what you want to see. So we got a long day to go. We got a lot of stuff to wait to go. I mean, a lot of the things I'm looking at right now I need to see closes. I need to see 4-hour closes. I need to see daily closes. I need to see a lot of things here. All right, that's what I need to see. Breast milk is free. Who are we guys talking about breast milk in the chat, man? Let's see. You guys talking about literally breast milk in the chat. So we got 5 minutes until the market open. Let's refresh futures. Do a little refresh here. Yeah, NASDAQ's still down about 1% now. So that's looking a little shady. Let's actually check out our crypto bubbles. Is anything pumping right now with the market being a little down? Aave. I saw Aave. Are you going to tell me that DeFi is going to start pumping again? Is this going to be another DeFi summer? Man. DeFi summer of 2020 was great. But yeah, I mean, Aave's coming up again. Aave always likes to pump in the summertime. I don't know why. But it's probably not doing anything significant on the longer term time frames, but it's at least going up a little bit today. Now it's coming back down with BTC. But yeah, I mean, you just got to. So many altcoins just have a beautiful structure. It's just a matter of, can you break it? It's slightly irritating because if you looked at this structure in really any type of asset class, you'd be super excited. But with crypto, you guys know crypto can change in an instant. But I mean, the structure is there, man. The W pattern with a higher low, you just got to break the neckline, It's right there. It's right there for the taking. It's right there for the taking. You just got to break that neckline. And unfortunately, you're gonna run into an issue here because now you got your 50 EMA, which you got resistance on last time, right? Last time you got that little retracement on Aave. You had the 50 EMA that acted as resistance, and that's when you dumped, right? Now you're coming up to that W reversal, but you got that 50 EMA coming down here, right? So, yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed yet until you break that, But I mean, at least you're getting a little pump there. Congratulations to the Aave holders down there. Nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. 3 minutes until the market open. Thank you, Handleton. Appreciate that. It's good business if you want to sell breast milk. I don't think you want to do that, man. I can't sell breast milk. I think Bob can. Bob can sell breast milk. I can't. Maybe Java can too. I shorted Aave. There you go, man. It's because all the Bitcoin's mine. The alone. All right. Let's watch BTC here. Let's watch some BT sizzle. I'm actually going to change this to the S&P on the open here. S&P is probably coming up to resistance too. I know that the NASDAQ's a little bit ahead of the S&P when it comes to this. But we got this to watch on the S&P. We're still waiting to see if this can break out. But it's at the same point too, right? The NASDAQ and the S&P, it's funny because these are both at the same points that Bitcoin's at, right? They're right at those W highs, right? The S&P, right at the W reversal highs, okay? NASDAQ, right at the W reversal highs. But the issue you're seeing now is you got the daily stocks that are about to be topped out. And what do we kind of say? If the daily stock RSI is topped out, it's going to be tough to see any really huge move to the upside, And that's the issue that we're going to face here. But, yeah, NASDAQ and the S&P are both at that level, right? Right here. And the S&P, same thing, right here. So, we'll watch that today. Like we said, jobs report could be bearish on the markets. As soon as that dropped, you saw the futures drop. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Need to hear Horse Guy? You'll hear him tonight, man. He's sleeping right now. He's dreaming. He dreams too, you know. He dreams too. Everyone needs some sleep. Let me bring this over here. Like this. Like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Trend is your friend. Fact. The trend is your friend until the end. The question is, how well can Bitcoin survive with stocks dragging it down? It won't. If the stock market goes down, Bitcoin will go down too. Bitcoin's got no shot. Especially when this guy's pumping. What's the DXY doing today? Continuing up. 107.12. This thing's just showing no chill. All right? As long as this is pumping, and the stock market is showing some weakness, which actually it hasn't really been the last couple of days. But, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin doesn't stand a chance for a major rally. Right? You can see little points where the DXY will go up, but Bitcoin will go up too, which you're seeing right now. But the general trend remains the same. DXY parabolic to the upside. S&P coming up to resistance. NASDAQ did break out, which I do like. We just need to see some follow through now. It's just sometimes the news can impact that, you know. But you got the falling wedge breakout to the upside, W pattern, right at resistance. You've seen everything you want to see. You just need to see the follow through breakout now, you know. Bathwater. You're too funny, man. You gotta love people in the chat, man. Everyone uses symmetrical triangle. You know what's funny about crypto space, man? Everyone uses like symmetrical triangles, moving averages, all the same indicators. But if you use the indicator that one person uses, you copy them. But if you look at every other person that talks about charts, they all use market cipher, or they all use patterns. It's hilarious, man. Which you know me, I don't really think those things work. But that's just my opinion. 21,322. So we chilling. What's going on, Easy? Good to see you, man. Market open, what's going on? Oh, market open. Let's go check out market open. Let's actually go to the S&P. We know S&P futures were down. Right here. So S&P futures were down. So that's kind of the thing. Hybrid's the way to go. Of course it is, man. Of course it is. The more you're in this market, the more you realize price action trumps all indicators. Price action. Just look at price action, man. But, yeah. So, right here is... Everyone tries to copy Elliott waves. Elliott waves. Listen. I will say this about Elliott waves. Elliott waves are just... They're more so like patterns in a nutshell, right? When you see Elliott waves, you're more likely going to be in some type of wedge formation, flag formation. They're really just a fancy way of looking at a pattern when you really look at it, you know. My odometer hit 42,069 the other day. That's my indicator. True. All right. So S&P down about 0.4% on the day so far. Well, we just opened 2 minutes ago, so let's not get our panties in a bunch. Bitcoin's still holding up right now. Let's see what else we got, man. But we know we're waiting for on the daily close, you know. We're waiting for the close today above 21,479. That's what we're waiting for today, you know. The Mario flags. Hey, don't make fun of Mario flags, man. They're great. They're great. You just reserved the trademark Tino. Nice. Nice, Kane. That's what I'm talking about, man. Real estate market is crashing right now. Oh, it's going to. It's going to. Anyone thinks that the real estate market is sustainable I'm going to be honest. Anyone thinks the real estate market is sustainable
Rant alert.
is slightly a little bit insane in the head, in my opinion. You guys got to understand that there is a younger generation coming up that is now coming into a bear market and doesn't have any freaking money, okay? They can't afford $400,000, $500 houses. Never mind $200,000 houses. You know what I'm saying? So it's not friggin' sustainable, man. People paying $2,000-$3,000 rent, not sustainable. Okay. Anyone who thinks that the real estate market's not going to come down, I think is slightly. I'm gonna be careful with my words here, but yeah, that's just not sustainable, man. It's not sustainable. At some point, it's gonna have to come down. The cost of housing and rent is gonna come down, man. You know, and unless wages are gonna catch up, which they haven't. You know what I mean? It's not sustainable, man. Right now it is because I mean you still got people who made money the last years in whatever asset class they own, but as the younger generation comes up, man, their wages are not gonna be able to keep up with the housing cost, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be worse than 2008. Yeah, I agree. Right now it's an absolute bubble, in my opinion, and that's why I'm gonna be honest too. People buying real estate right now, I don't agree, but hey, everyone has their own thing. Everyone has their own thing. It is what it is. You can say the same thing about really any asset class, right? Crypto, stocks. So I'm not one to talk. All right, let's continue on. Mortgage is French for death contract. True. If they can't afford it, live under a bridge then. Oh, Lord. Then everyone will complain about homeless people. You can't win, you know? All right. So let's continue on. So we're still waiting to see if Bitcoin wants to do something like this. I mean, we're still waiting. Right? You got W patterns on W patterns on W patterns. Right now, it hasn't really turned into anything. S&P still coming down a little bit. I'm still waiting on the NASDAQ to update there. DXY. Let me zoom in a little bit on the DXY here. 1 hour time frame. Not really doing too much right now. Just kind of consolidating on the DXY. And then altcoins coming down as BTC comes down. So a whole lot of fun in the markets right now. No, really nothing going down right now. Really nothing going down. If we go to the 5-minute chart, let's zoom in a little bit on the 5-minute. Look at these W's on W's on W's, man. So now the question is, look at all these, right? So we're looking for some type of W pattern here. And inside of that, it's quite beautiful. Now you got a smaller one that wants to play out too, right? So can we see a smaller W inside of a bigger W inside of a bigger W? Right? Fun stuff going on. If we look up, I mean, it's probably likely, I would say it's likely right here. It's at least likely that we come up and retest some of these moving averages here in the short term here. And then we decide what we want to do. You know, short term, let's get back up and break above that little high, 21,439. We get back above that. All right, awesome, right? We got that. And then we can come back up and maybe test the 50 EMA. But right now, I mean, we're patiently waiting for multiple higher time frame closes to give us some direction here. Some direction. And we're waiting to see what the stock market ultimately does today, because it's Friday. You know how Fridays can get, guys. Fridays can get a little bit shady. We've seen some shady Fridays from Bitcoin in the past. Very, very shady Fridays. Where like the stock market dumps during the day and then Bitcoin just gets crushed at nighttime. So let's see how today's W inception. Let's see how today plays out. 10-year ride was amazing. House flip is over. Was a great ride. Low mortgage with nice house. Nice, Kennedy. That's what I'm waiting for, man. I'm pretty certain the housing market's going to crash. And then I will be there to scoop in. That's what I'm waiting for. In the meantime, I don't mind renting. Is what it is. Bought my house during the last housing crisis. Comfy. That's what I'm talking about, B-Water. That's what I'm waiting for, man. Shady Fridays like every Friday. Nice. Jordan, I thought of a new character. Hindsight Harry. True. And there's when I'm talking about the housing, I'm talking about, you know, dude, like, think about this. Think about this. 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was so easy to buy a house. That's why I find it hilarious when, like, older people are like, oh, I bought a house when I was 21. No shit, it cost like 50 grand to buy a house. No shit. Now you got people coming out of college making 40 grand a year. Okay, think about this for a second. Think about someone that doesn't have the privilege to stay at home into their 20s. Okay, which is no problem in doing. You guys do if that's what you want to do to save money. There's no problem with that. But think about someone who has to out of college move out on their own. They're making 40 grand, 50 grand out of college. They have to pay probably close to, I mean, if they have roommates, let's call it $1,000 of rent. They got to pay for their car. They got gas prices going up the wazoo. They got grocery prices go up the wazoo. And then you expect them to come out the woodwork and pay 300, 400 grand for a house. Okay? When they probably got some student loans too. That shit is not sustainable, man. It's not. And even if you don't have any, oh, God forbid you don't have any roommates. Oh yeah, you're paying $2 grand, $2,500 for an apartment in the city. Yeah, dude. Good luck, man. That's all I'll say. Good freaking luck. All right, Comfy Frank, hindsight. All right, so first W pattern looks like it's playing out here, guys. So let's watch. We gotta see the close above here. All right, close above the W highs. Okay. So let's see what it wants to do here. All right, first thing we look for. You're coming up on that 20 EMA. So it looks like you're getting rejected now. What you want to see here is this: hit, rise, hit again, above to the 50 EMA, back test to the 20, move to the upside. All right. Let's see. For closed. He's speaking facts. I had a house in 2008 that sucked. That's the most boomer thing I've ever heard, Clint. Clint has the most boomer takes. Listen. Oh my God. I don't even want to argue this. Because it's man. I don't even want to argue this, man. Yeah, old people love to say, "Oh, it was so easy back in my day." They love to make these things. You know, it's. I'm not gonna get too much into this. Clint says, "Join the military and save for 4 years." Problem solved. That is kind of a boomer thing to say. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. You know, I'm not gonna get into that, but if that's what you want to do, go do it. You know, leave city. 2K square foot mortgage is $14.78 a month. Nice, but listen, that's not. That's. Here's the thing. Even $14.78 a month for, you got to understand, that's easy to say for a lot of people, but that's a lot of money for a lot of people, you know? Sometimes we lose that sense of reality, you know? Not a lot of people can pay $1,500 a month for anything, really, you know? You Gen X are pussies. Hey, man, I have my different views when it comes to that, but it is what it is. I took a bullet, worked 8 jobs, and bought a house. Suck it up. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on here. So far, so good. We're getting the rise up. Let's watch some short-term price action. We know what we're waiting for. If you guys want to see longer-term price action talk, we talked about it for like a half hour earlier. Okay, so. We talked about the daily, the weekly, everything we're looking for, full hour, all the closes we want to look for. Let's watch some short-term price action. All right, so far so good. First W pattern, we're waiting for that 5-minute close. Okay, as soon as we see that 5-minute close, what did we talk about in the member stream yesterday? We talked about W's and M's. That's what we talked about. Okay, so now what do you want to see? You want to see the rise to the 50, the retrace, back down to the W pattern highs, and then the continuation up. And that's our hope for our bigger W pattern to hopefully play out. Okay, but we got a lot of work to do. So let's watch here patiently. S&P, 38.95. S&P is actually starting to come back up a little bit. Let's watch there. And Bitcoin's trying to hold as well. But we got a lot of work to do here, definitely for sure. DXY, holding. Yeah, man. What's good here is, man, it's guys. We need. All right. One more time for all my boys in the back. I need all my bulls to spam the pickles in the chat again because today's close, Okay, today's close, I think, is going to be very important for BTC. Why is it going to be important for BTC? Why, you might ask? Why might today's close be important? Well, here's the thing, guys. It's the first step in wanting to see some type of reversal. Now, it's not the end of the world. I will remain to say this again. It's not the end of the world because we saw the same pattern play out right here. Let me actually just get rid of this because you guys know what happened up here. You guys know the price action that we saw. It's pretty simple. What did I just do, like a horse thing? It's pretty similar to what we saw up here, okay? Where we saw the W play out. You actually got the retest on this W here. But you didn't get that continuation. But we need to see the first step. The first step is holding it. All right? Right now we're below. We need to see the close above 21,479. All right? We got to get it today. We're sitting right at it. I think it's going to be a fight all day. I quite frankly, I think we're going to be fighting in this range all freaking day today. That's what we need to do. We need to fight. We need to show the Bears who's boss. We need to start kicking the Bears in the balls again. Because quite frankly, boom, I'm freaking ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay? So we need to start kicking the balls in and kicking them straight in the ball sack. That's what we need to do. All right. Now we got pumped. Bathwater said low volume. Look at that higher high there too. Then turbo nuke. Yeah. I mean, the price action is pretty reminiscent to up here. I mean, the one difference is here you got the massive vector candle pop up, right? This one actually you got higher volume and then just nuked down. So that's actually very true. Right here, I mean, yeah, you're seeing almost the same thing, right? But I mean, listen, here's the thing. Like, we might be looking at the price action up here and saying, all right, it's the exact same, which it is. But you still gotta go through the steps, right? It doesn't change the fact that you still want to see this play out, right? Even if it does turbo nuke back there to the downside, you still want to see this play out. You still want to see the W, the back test, right? Because that's the steps that we want to go through. Even though we did the same thing up here, because at some point it will play out, all right? Now the last couple times it hasn't. If you look at the last couple times we got W patterns, they just turbo nuked both times. You know, right here we kind of had it, right? Boom, W, reversal, back test. We got the back test, but guess what? We couldn't get the follow through and we turbo nuked to the downside. You know, so it's a lot of the same shiza. We just, you got to go through the steps. So even though we might close here and then we might turbo nuke tomorrow, that's still what we want to see at the end of the day, you know? But right now, I mean, you got to look at this. The trend is your friend to the end. I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, as always, but it's kind of what we talked a little bit about yesterday, that even if Bitcoin does get a rise, it's still just forming a bear flag still, right? At the end of the day, which we've seen 3 times on this move down since November. It's just higher highs and higher lows in a channel just to eventually move lower. That's what we've seen every single time Bitcoin's consolidated. So nothing's really changed, but let's take it one step at a time. Who says you have to go out and get a 400K house, though? That's what I don't get. It depends where you live. You know, and not everyone, I know this is sort of cherry picking, but not everyone wants to move to freaking Missouri and Arkansas and Oklahoma, you know? Yeah, it's easy to say, just move to the Midwest and buy a 200K house. I get it. But, and listen, I mean, that's sort of cherry picking because I understand what you're saying. Like, if you're really worried about it, just friggin' move. I agree with you. I think people are a little bit too picky on where they want to live. Somewhat. It's sort of being like, stop bitching if you're not willing to move. I agree. I definitely agree with you in some circumstances there. But I want to live in the city. Well, then you're gonna pay. Then you're gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Listen, but at the same point, who wants to live in a freaking Arkansas or Oklahoma? Not me. There ain't nothing to do over there. Okay, so you gotta. I guess beggars can't be choosers at the same point. But when it comes to housing, I guess. So I guess I agree to a certain point, you know? Clint says it's choices. I don't want to move. Okay, well, okay, dumbass. Stop complaining then. That's what I just said. I agree. I agree at some point. You know? You know? I'm more so talking about, I guess, how should I say this? Most people, when they're buying houses, they aren't buying houses in the city. They're buying it outside the city. So that's more so what I'm talking about, is general rural areas. Housing is still ridiculous, in my opinion. You know? I'm not even talking about cities. Cities, I think rents are ridiculous, for sure. But I guess that's the cost of living in a city, I guess. Average rent in our area is above $3K. Yeah, that's pretty much every major city. You want to live in downtown Boston? That's how much you're paying. You want to live in downtown New York? That's how much you're paying. You want to live in LA? That's what you're paying. San Francisco? That's what you're paying. Right? I mean, that's just the cost of living in a city. All right, getting off topic here again. Missouri is great. I'm out on 25 acres. Love it. Yeah, if you love that type of living, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, everyone has different tastes when it comes to where they live. Housing expensive everywhere. Facts. You a real estate expert? No, I'm not a real estate expert. I'm just aware to the fact that the housing market's not sustainable at all. It might be sustainable for everyone in their 30s, 40s, 50s that already has some money, but you got to understand that people coming out of college, the wages are terribly undervalued based off of what everything costs nowadays. It might be sustainable for a little bit longer because people still have some money to spend, but as soon as these 20-year-olds start becoming the 30-year-olds, it ain't going to be sustainable. I'll tell you that right now. So let's continue. Bitcoin's starting to dump here again. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer. I'm just kind of shooting the shiza right now. Jordan slamming old states now. I'm not slamming states. Come on, man. Kennedy said, far from a big city. I'm like 40 minutes away from Orlando. And your average rent's $3K? Rip. RIP, man. Average rent's $3K. Someone makes $40K, that's all their salary going to rent. And that's before taxes. You're getting slammed over there, man. Someone makes $50K after taxes, all of it's going to rent. $60K, all of it's going to rent. $70K, all right, you can afford rent, awesome. But can you afford everything else? Nope. Crazy, man. Crazy the times we live in right now. It really is. There goes Bitcoin Java. All right. East Coast is where it's at. Everyone has their own opinion. All right, BTC dumping. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a stream here because I'm getting a little hungry. I got to do my step and walk again. We got the member stream coming up at 1 p.m., so make sure you're there. All members, make sure you're there. I actually want to show you guys how to get there. If you actually bring up, let me actually bring this up for you guys. Because I know a lot of people don't know how to find it. But at 1 p.m., we're going to be doing the member stream. If you can't find it, here's how you find it, guys, okay? You're going to go over here. Let me actually just show you guys real quick. Okay? Get rid of that. Okay. So here's how you're going to find it, man. Let me bring this up for you guys. Okay, right here. All right, you're going to go over here. You're going to go to, because a lot of people are like, how the hell do I find it? YouTube doesn't give you a notification for it. It's very shady. So you're going to go over to community tab, okay? And then you'll find it right here, right? This is where I post these ones. So we did the W&M formations yesterday. Before I went on vacation, we did moving averages, RSI divergence, we did a member hangout. So you'll find it in here. So go to the channel page, click on community tab, and this is where you'll find it, all right? That'll be at 1 p.m. today, so make sure you're looking out for that. If I don't see you then, I'll see you at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll see where we get the closes. We know we're looking for. We talked about it like a million times. We want to see daily close above 21,479. Bitcoin's coming down right now. So let's see what we got, guys. Let's have some fun tonight. We will do we'll do the membership. So we got 683 likes. We will do the membership giveaway tonight. All right, so we'll do it today. I promise you guys, we hit 400, we'll do it. So we'll do that tonight. I won't forget, I promise. So I'll catch you guys later. All right, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch you guys in the next one. Let me just itch my head here. Here we go. Just itch my head for no reason. Catch you guys later. All right, don't do anything I'm gonna do. Don't panic, sell your crypto, and most of all, don't panic, sell your crypto. Get you guys out of here. All right, peace.